somewhere.
No, some of these teams, not as many as the last game for Challenge, but
Yeah.
seems like a better idea. Do you know how close I need to hold the mic? Is it like
chest-ish height?
All right, you join us at University Women's Indoor Nationals. We're getting into the seeding parts of the tournament. The team wins against here, they're guaranteed to be higher. We have got St Andrews versus Warwick. The disc goes up. St Andrews try and go for the save, but not quite able to do it. It's 0-0 with 18 minutes and 40 to go. Oh, is it 1-0 to St Andrews? Oh, they haven't updated, fair enough. Warwick just swinging the disc around now. Hammer over the top to the space. St Andrews, we'll get into this. Retracting to 4 in the line. The technique we often see in indoors, but less so on the big 3G pitches. Warwick are trying to find it out, and the only out they're finding is blades. And they can't find that blade. If you're going to force the opponent to keep doing risky throws, then eventually you're going to get a turn. So the 4 in the line tactic working for St Andrews there as they seek to run an isolation play. And the isolation shot isn't on, so they run a weave instead. And up the line shot goes. And the hammer, which is just outside the back of the end zone. St Andrews player torn between trying to toe in the disc there and get the grab, and not able to do either, sadly. And it's a curvy backhand, which is caught by Warwick for the gainer. Can they get the shot before St Andrews set themselves? No, they can't. And it appears it's a point block straight off the bat. Short discussion. And it's restarted again with again, overhead blade and another blade. If they keep taking them, St Andrews need to come out and attack them, but maybe I spoke too soon. St Andrews seem to know what they're doing. They're getting these turns here without too much pressure on the Warwick team. As the swing goes up. And again in the line, this is where they were before. Last time a hammer was thrown, what choice will they make this time? A simple reset. Looking to isolate players in the end zone. They've got number 65. Oh! And they find her wrist as it bounces off, as again she's forced to try and toe in the disc over the edge of the goal line. Chloe Newsom with the disc now. Takes a swing inside. Warwick very easily able to get up to the St Andrews end zone. Now just trying to take that last shot in. It is a blade which is taken, but was she straddling the line? And it appears she was, and so it will return for St Andrews' throw as they run their isolation play again, find the player beyond the ISO, and finally find number 65 in the end zone and give her a reasonable throw to catch. Really nice defense there by St Andrews. You kind of felt that they were the ones in control and taking the shots. St Andrews now. Signalling readiness, Warwick just sorting out their line. Warwick kind of trapped on their own end zone line. St Andrews favouring a zone approach, and it pays off. It's a quite chilly day here in Scotland, and say connections aren't quite working on the Sunday morning, but it doesn't matter for St Andrews. They miss one connection and someone's willing to back them up straight away. 3-0 St Andrews. St Andrews with a bladey pull there, which is bricked instantly by Warwick. St Andrews had a very tough game, sudden death against Oxford yesterday, which they lost to see them down into their bracket. They're going to be wanting to prove that they maybe got a bit unlucky in that game, were hampered a bit by the seedings, by the schedule, and so coming out strong against this Warwick side so far as they get a D. Lovely play here from St Andrews so far. And Warwick run a poach, which nearly pays off. But St Andrews able to move it up, take the hammer shot, and it's D'd by Ellen Daly. And Warwick are going to wait for St Andrews to tie their shoelace. It's a technical call in ultimate. Just a nice cordial agreement of some dangerous play. Warwick had to pull out to avoid collision, and so will retain the disc. Although a injury substitute is needed. Both teams here looking to do their region proud. Warwick coming from the western region, with teams such as Bath, Bangor and Birmingham here. St Andrews representing a overly proud Scottish region, who are seeing some good representation here in Ravenscraig. As Warwick takes a nice up the line break, again they find themselves on the end zone, and St Andrews dropping back. They take the hammer over, and it's an amazing grab, taken high over the St Andrews players. Warwick really needed that score for their confidence. 3-1. Let's see if they can get another one in now. St Andrews making every score difficult for Warwick, whereas Warwick are occasionally letting that one-on-one matchup go in the end zone, giving a simple forehand or backhand, which giving them a much higher percentage rate of scoring right now. And the pull is taken. It's taken just shy of the end zone, but St Andrews want to get it moving anyway. Again, they're really liking this isolation play. So running of the weave, potentially a little bit before the handler was ready, and it's a D. Really nice there. Believe that might be Hannah Yorsworth, who looks inside. Takes the up the line shot, which is fumbled forwards for yards and then just fumbled, sadly. St Andrews taking the swing, isolating their three players again. Now running a weave rather than taking the ISO shot. The up the line goes. They've got people forward, taking the around backhand over the Warwick player and into the goal. An initial look at that play, if you were on the disc, you might have thought that Warwick had that one blocked. They had a player in the way. St Andrews saw there was space, huge amount of space on the other side of the end zone. Warwick wouldn't really be able to turn, so you just need to float that disc over there, and if you've got someone who's watching and quick enough to react, that disc should be yours every time. Warwick putting the score on the wrong side there, trying to make it 3-2. It is 4-1 St Andrews. There's a casual spinning of the disc to well the time away between points. Warwick are ready, St Andrews are ready. Disc goes up, and it'll be long. Warwick favouring a little bit more of a side stack approach. 3 at the back. Oh, it is just a simple misthrow. As St Andrews look to go on the attack again. They're isolating one in the end zone, but now Warwick are trying the tactic a little bit. They're playing 4 in the end zone. But with a little less structure than St Andrews are, they're clogging themselves around the St Andrews player rather than staying as flat as St Andrews were. Let's see if this tactic plays off as St Andrews keep swinging, keep trying to attack. It's a blade over the top and finds the player. Even in indoors in hard court on a small pitch, space does open up in a 4 on the line approach. You need to keep swinging the disc. People will clog, they'll follow players. You just have to keep people moving in, running in and out. You have to get people losing track of who it is they're supposed to be marking, overload players, and eventually you will get that goal. Here in Ravenscraig, however, that tactic's a little bit easier because there is so much more space. The end zones are a bit deeper, and honestly, you're just playing on 3G, which feels nicer, and that gives you an advantage.
Should last this one, and then I'll change the battery.
Sure. St Andrews taking the pull again. Warwick Brickets. Seen a fair bit of this Warwick team actually. They've been quite promising. They came for a warm-up game with Oxford. I saw them enter as a women's team at Windors as an open tournament. I saw them get some points against some good teams as they attack the end zone now. Delayed jump in, that will not count, but Warwick taking the right approaches here as they seek themselves to battle St Andrews 4 on the line. Let's see what they can do as they revert to those blade dumps again. Knocking on the door now, what can they do? They just need to not get too angsty as they potentially do there. St Andrews get the block. Warwick had all the time in the world to swing there. They just need to be a little bit more patient, but when you're a few points down, that can be hard. As St Andrews swinging it around again, looking forward. Hammer goes up. Taken safely by a St Andrews player to the end zone, simple flick. It's exactly 5.5 minutes left in this game. Warwick, if they wanted to come back, they're going to need a little bit more of a comeback. Goal difference doesn't matter at this stage. You don't have to worry about a later three-way tie. You just need to get those goals in quick. You need to say that, hey, we want that spot in a little bit higher seeding. And potentially that's a little bit of a sign of it as a rushed throw through the middle means that St Andrews can set up their isolated offense again. Bears now double marking in the end zone, trying to stop that quick St Andrews score. And they do so. St Andrews sought to overload it. They had 3 offenders to try and match the 3 defenders of Warwick. However, just a little bit too rushed. They tried to take the simple up the line shot, and Warwick was switched on enough to get that D. They'll get another chance here at offense. There's an open swing, which they choose not to take, instead going big. And St Andrews were under that all the way. St Andrews, really quick turn now, looking to go quick on this offense so that they can push Warwick out of formation. Getting a bit stuck, blade to the end zone. just out of reach of the St Andrews player as Warwick will walk it up. It's behind the bags. And there might have been a call on the throw. However, it will be a turnover. So Warwick will retain the disc. They look forward. Let's see what they can manage. As it's a blade over the top. Caught at what did not look like to be a comfortable angle by the Warwick player, but taken very securely. Both of their goals now have been that sort of grab. But honestly, it seems like both times they've taken that shot, Warwick have come down with it when there's been a player watching and waiting and ready. However, St Andrews realised they missed a goal of their own early on the scoreboard, and so the neutral observer at the time, the score remains level. Although for our loyal watchers at home on the edited stream, I'm sure that you'll be fine with this. Warwick now, taking the pull. St Andrews taking and swinging it early, wanting to centre it, taking the ISO shot. It's been really effective. Warwick really haven't found a way to stop it so far. St Andrews seem quite comfortable throwing to both sides, swinging it across the pitch. This team must really have practiced their break throws during their training, because they're swinging it across the pitch, just looking for the free player and taking that shot whenever they need to. This game is now St Andrews to see out. They just need to stay calm and not get anxious, and it should be theirs. It's worth a reminder, I think we're seeing the relegation bracket here, and the bottom three teams are in danger of losing a spot for their region. As Warwick getting a little bit stuck, can't find an easy throw out, needing the bladey forehand, which St Andrews see down for the D. Warwick with the 5 on the end zone technique. Trying not to put pressure on the throw. It's a lovely pop backhand over the top. St Andrews not worried about that, recognising that there is still going to be space even with 5 in the end zone here. Warwick set themselves quickly. St Andrews really don't look to be in a rush. Warwick signalling readiness. As the disc goes up for a hammer pull, which falls short. Warwick now, moving forward. Lovely up the line backhand swing. And good awareness from St Andrews to see the shot coming. 15 seconds left to take this ISO shot. And it's blocked. It's a good shot. St Andrews have looked for that a lot of times. Jump, get yourself in the way, get anything in the way, and you will get that block. And that's buzzer for the game. Lovely game here between these two teams as we work our way into the second day of University Women's Indoor Nationals. This is the point at which sort of tiredness, exhaustion and injuries can really start to affect teams. So to see them still pulling out great plays, pulling out throws, pulling out grabs is really nice to see. I've been Harry Mason, and this has been the coverage of University Women's Indoor Nationals 2018.